and scroll. Talk and scroll. Talk and
Subscribe. This is TNS Time and Space, and I would like to welcome you to episode 7 of Talk and Scroll. Before we begin, I would like to encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe, and also make sure you hit that bell notification so you can be made aware anytime I create new content. But anyway, now that the housekeeping is done, I wanted to do a quick episode just discussing this particular post by The Shade Room. I'm not going to play the video. It's basically a compilation of many different former bad boy artists. Many people should know, or everyone, any music fan should know about Sean Puffy Combs, Diddy, Love, Buddy Love. I don't know what his name is now, but I always knew him as Puff Daddy. But Sean Combs, basically, that's his government name. Everybody should know about his business practices by now, and everyone should be well aware of the music industry on some level, because ultimately it's a huge deal, a huge pool of content. It's an endless well of content that many creators have drawn from, so this isn't anything new. However, I wanted to approach this from a different slant. I didn't want to give the general rundown that everyone is accustomed to about how you should never sign a record deal and this and that and the third, because you've heard all of that. You've heard all of that. If you're a music fan at all, you've heard that. So basically, I just wanted to look at some comments and talk and scroll. So right off the bat, this comment says, "Who can we name that made it big from being in Diddy's anything? He's made a great life for himself, but it doesn't seem like he has made other bosses or true success stories." That is a great point. We have to be honest. Ultimately, if there were any artists who were looking to align themselves with Sean Combs hasn't created another Sean Combs, for example. Whereas you could look at someone like a Dame Dash who has helped other people become successful. You know what I mean? So I believe that we have to look at that, and you have to know what you're dealing with. So people can certainly make decisions. Honestly, it reminds me of the story of the scorpion and the frog. So I believe that you have a lot of frogs, i.e. new artists or artists period, who are giving Diddy a ride as the scorpion, and then they reach that other side of the lake, and then they wonder why the scorpion stings them. And when they look up and say, "Hey, why did you sting us?" he shrugs his shoulders and says, "I'm a scorpion." So someone else says, "Surviving Puffy, aka P. Diddy, aka Diddy, aka Love, and Bad Boy." Yeah, ultimately, I mean, people are some people act surprised, I should say, but I just wanted to talk about this. Ultimately, it's nothing new, but getting back to my original point is you have to think about what you really want to accomplish. You have to think about whether or not you want to be famous or whether or not you actually want to build a sustainable lifestyle or a sustainable career. So if you think about it, I'll say this in layman's terms. When the members of the band, as I recall from that show in, I don't know, was it 2003 or whenever it was, as I recall, these were relatively unknown artists, and they came together for an opportunity to have a platform. So because they were unknown and they were looking for a platform, to be honest, they were provided that. And ultimately, I recall them, I won't say being in poverty, but they weren't well off. They were definitely young and hungry artists. So they weren't thinking about the particulars of their careers or anything sustainable. You know, if you're in your early 20s or late teens, or I don't think they were in their late teens, but if you're a young, hungry artist, you're looking for that platform, and they did receive that platform. They were on national television. They're on episodes that are still syndicated. So they were seen and they became visible, which is what a lot of artists are looking for. But the problem is there's work that goes behind that. There's definitely work. So whether you like Diddy or not, or whether you like any music moguls or record labels, whether you like them or not, there's work to be done. So the independent artist is the one who says, you know what, it may take longer. I may not have as large of a pool of resources, but I'm going to get this work done. And unfortunately, I believe that a lot of artists, or today's version of the band, or, young, hungry artists, they're thinking that their talent will take care of everything. Their talent may get them in the door, but the work has to be done. And ultimately, if you're going to walk across a bridge for cheesecake, not that I'm criticizing them, because anybody can say what they would do in that situation, you're just expecting someone to snap their fingers and make it happen. So they were provided a platform, but they weren't aware of all of the work that was being done. You know what I mean? Someone had to do marketing, someone had to give them a wardrobe, someone had to give them studio time, someone had to be the recording engineer. All sorts of things needed to be done. And if you're willing to let someone else do the work, then yes, someone else is going to enjoy the spoils of your hard work, because they did hard work. So you may have worked hard in the studio. However, as far as packaging and marketing and putting you out there, the members of the band have to be honest. Diddy and Bad Boy did do that. However, they weren't aware of the business aspects. So for independent artists, perhaps you won't be on MTV, or I don't even know if anyone watches MTV. But if you're not on a large platform and you're building your own platform, you may have to go through a longer process. It may not be as large of a pool of money. You may not have any or as many resources to draw from initially, but the payoff is going to be worth it. So when you do make a song and you want to collect royalties, you'll be the one that collects them. But anyway, this is TNS Time and Space. I just wanted to give a quick episode. I'm going to end it right there. Thank you once again for tuning in to Talk and Scroll. Y'all take
Talk
it.
and scroll. Talk and scroll. Talk and
Subscribe.